Good evening, everyone.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the night you've all been waiting for baking live. Just me and Tracy tonight. So I am Jad. How are you? Hi, Tracy. Oh, bless your nose. So I'm just going to put the link in for Tracy. As I always say, that link is for Tracy's benefit only. If you're not baking, you're not being allowed on. Simple as that.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll open chat up later on, but yeah, not while we're baking. So how is everyone? Yeah, I've got I've got a proper brownie pan. So yeah, so that's my brownie pan. All ready and waiting to go. So the thing is, in the recipe, it says tin cherries. Now I couldn't get any tin cherries. So what I've done is, yeah, he got me some glassy cherries, but as you can see, they're very, very dark. So I'm using them actually in the recipe. And for the top, the decoration, I'd ordered these, well, they classed as cocktail sausages, look at me. Cocktail cherries, you know, when you have a mocktail or a cocktail. Yeah, so they the ones that I'm using on top. As you can see, they're red. So yeah, so all I've done is basically cut them in half. Now, the thing is, it does say Kirsch, which I've researched, and it's a liqueur, right? So, I mean, obviously, we didn't want to put anything alcoholic in the brownies. So, what I've done is, let me just put other. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, love.
Well,
Oh, crap, Ola.
no,
No, I'm trying to put other. Hi, Joel. Hi, Gary. Sausage.
hold the phone. Gary!
So, yeah, so our viewers, it's like syrup out of the cherries. I don't know whether you can see it, Tracy.
Yeah. Well, I got a bit confused. I didn't know what it was meaning, so I've got both.
Well, I've they the cherries that I ordered. They come in a jar, and they're cocktail cherries, right?
Yeah.
And obviously you can see the bright red.
Yeah.
But Chris couldn't get any tin cherries yesterday from Asda. So I said, just get some glacé cherries. So he got me them. They are glacé cherries, but they're very, very dark.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put these actually in the brownie mix and then others on top.
Yeah, I've got something like that.
Yeah, and that's the juice.
Mix then, Jeanette.
Eh?
What shall I put in the brownie bit? Shall I put because I got the tin cherries.
Yeah. Well,
There's the tin cherries.
Yeah.
And the red
yeah, put them in.
Which I've got out here. Look, in a jar, in a dish. They're the tinned ones.
Yeah.
Dark black, it says on the tin. And then I hadn't chopped them up yet because I didn't know if we were using them or not. So you're going to put glazed ones on top?
Yes.
Well, I've got these glazed ones here, so I could do it.
Crypto. So, yeah, you've actually got the proper thing that should go in the brownies. But I couldn't get tin cherries.
Can't you get them ones near you? They're called Princes.
Well, Chris couldn't get any from anywhere, Tracy.
Oh, right.
Hi, Brea, how are you? So, yeah, but with them being dark ones, I can use them anyway. It don't matter. Same as I says to Chris, Tracy. A cherry's a cherry.
Yeah.
You know, when all's said and done, you know, a cherry's a cherry. So, yeah, so basically, because the glacé ones, because they come in like a plastic tub and they were exactly 200 grams. Now,
Let me see what these are.
yeah, I looked in the red ones, the cocktail sausages. So I've said it again, cocktail sausages, cocktail cherries, and they like them that you have in cocktails or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the bright red ones. Well, they actually.
This just says glazed. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Glazed
These is actually
But they are dark.
Macerano cherries.
Mm.
But anyway, they'll be all right. Don't worry about it. So, are you ready?
I am, yeah. I'm nervous as well because I don't know what it's going to come out like.
Yeah, it's going to be all right, Tracy.
I'm
Believe
still
you
using
me.
my thing, you see, so I've got a proper, like you showed earlier, your new brownie pan. Mine are the square ones to go in that allergen cooker.
Oh, yeah, I want to say, because you've got one of these, haven't you?
Small, if I've got some mix, I can make two, can't I?
Yeah.
Because that's how small
yeah.
they are. They look pretty big, but that's how small they are.
Yeah.
With the camera.
Yeah. But yeah, I've used that proper brownie pan that we've both got.
Put loads in, and then it's not, cooked through properly.
Yeah.
Split mine up in and make two smaller ones. I had a problem like that last time, if you remember.
Yeah.
I thought it was cooked on top, but then it went underneath properly.
Okay, Gary say, let's get baking, Gary. Gary. Do you know, should I pack up and forget all about it?
Set it up for starting.
Yeah, let's get baking. Hi, Tim, how are you?
Hello, Tim.
Hey, team.
Yeah.
This camera.
I'm sure I'm going a bit. Well, I don't know. I know I am. Yeah. Nobody's got to tell me that I'm going a bit doolally because I know I am. So first of all, we've got 350 grams of dark chocolate.
Are we melting it?
Yeah, Chris is going to put mine in microwave.
Right, I'm going to go put mine now.
Yeah. So to that, you want 250 grams of butter or baking spread. That's what it does say on the recipe. Either butter or baking spread, and I've got butter.
Yeah, I have. I'm just going to melt my chocolate because I haven't melted it.
Well, Chris, I just said to Chris, says I'm just going to bung my butter. My butter, what?
I was just going to say there's a little bit left in the bowl.
Just whack my butter in dark chocolate, and you know.
Oh, it's just microwave, right?
It's all right. Chris has gone. Hi, Kevin. How are you? Chris has just gone dark chocolate. Ooh. Oh dear.
Yeah, I've got that chocolate, but I think I've got.
It'd be different, you know, when they're baked in, when it's baked in summer. Oh, Brie likes dark chocolate. Now, it's not one of Chris's favourites, Bria. I mean, you know, normally when it says dark chocolate, I normally replace it with milk chocolate because we don't do dark chocolate. But on this occasion, we being a brownie, yeah.
Fruit forest.
But you see, because you're not putting any cocoa powder or anything in it, that basically is the basis for the flavour, the dark chocolate. It did also say for that syrup, you can either use any fruit juice, apple juice, orange juice.
And they said something about brandy, didn't it?
Eh?
Do you know I can't say it, but the liqueur.
Kirsch.
Yeah. It said when I asked Flexa what we're all about, or Google earlier, it said something about brandy.
It's like a cherry brandy. That's why they tell you to add it.
Yeah.
But I sort of Googled, I says, what can I use as an alternative to Kirsch? And it basically said any fruit juice, apple juice, orange juice, not to use lemon juice because that it's the makeup and the science bit that comes into play there. So no lemon juice, you can use apple juice, orange juice. And it also said that you could use a teaspoon of instant coffee with hot water.
Oh.
And I says to Chris, it's already going to have that dark taste with it because of the chocolate. So I don't want to sort of add more darkness to it. So I said that's why I've gone for this, you know, this syrup art at cherries. Gary said need to pop the cherry. Oh dear. Oh, it's all right, Gary. I'm one step ahead of you there. The red ones I've cut in half. That's what we decorated top with, and the other ones I've sort of half and a quarter. That makes sense. But yeah, it's. I think in my own opinion, it's enough with 350 grams of dark chocolate myself. You don't want any more sort of, how can I put it? I can't explain what I'm saying. Like dark, yeah, a deep taste to it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's I went, you know, away from coffee bit, and that's why I've gone with that syrup from the cherries.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, if I'm honest, and yeah, if I'm honest, we're not a big dark chocolate. Well, we don't entertain dark chocolate, but because it's in a brownie, you see, and you've got other things like your brown sugar and you've got your cherries in it. Yeah.
That's why I read them all over. I won't be licking bowl out. Oh yes, Reddy's winning. Come on.
I don't know whether you heard that or not. Chris says I'll definitely not be licking bowl tonight.
Oh, 2-0. Sorry.
Oh. So yeah, this is the butter and the dark chocolate. Like my new background. Well, it's not a new one, Tim. I think I've used it before.
No.
I just thought it were very apt. We're making brownies that. Now I'm going to tell you something now, right? This.
No, it's been disallowed.
Oh. This. There's a. I bet Tracy's heard of them. Fit waffle.
Heard of what?
Fit waffle.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Well, I saw it. I think it were on Instagram, and they absolutely looked gorgeous, and they were white chocolate cosmic brownies. But the only problem is, she don't do YouTube, and she don't publish her recipes, or she does because she's got books out. But yeah, I can't find it anyway. I could see hiya Raphael. I could see like videos of it, but I can't actually find the recipe, so that's sort of something I'm gonna have to look into.
Oh.
So right, we're gonna whisk This is 250 grams of dark brown sugar. It's all right. I forgot to say you got for it to one side to cool down a bit. What were I doing now? Oh, that were it. So into this, you want 3 large eggs. And we've got to whisk these together for about 5 minutes. It's called white chocolate cosmic brownies, Amjad. So yeah, we're going to mix this for about 5 minutes. Mini monster. That one's a new one. That's enough of that, because I don't know about you, Tracy. That's my wrist hurt me. Like mixing water. Yeah, similar, Gary. The thing is, Raphael, you probably heard of Kirsch, and it's like a cherry brandy liqueur. Now, we're not using that tonight. You're supposed to use it, but you can use an alternative. So, I've used some syrup. Go steady with my eggs, only got 30. Hi, Danny. So, yeah, this is the syrup from the cherries. So in essence, it's a similar sort of thing, but yeah, that is 2 tablespoons. So yeah, we didn't want sort of the alcoholic version. I mean, it's only 2 tablespoons, but yeah, I've never even heard of Kirsch, so I didn't know whether we'd be able to get it or not. So we're just going to mix this in again. You see, it's at times like these, you see I've got a big stand mixer. It'd be ideal for this sort of thing, you know, when you've got to whisk it for 5 minutes, because I don't know about you, but my hand's killing me. But it's way too noisy. I couldn't. So now we're going to add the chocolate mixture, which remember is 350 grams of dark chocolate and 250 grams of butter. So that's going in there as well. Sorry if I'm not saying a deal, guys. I'm just trying to not let this bowl go because it is really heavy. We've got a mini mint monster now, Johnny. It says who the chuffed mini mint, lol. Oh dear. So now we've got to whisk this all together now. So now into this mixture, we are going to put 120 grams of plain flour. I can't keep up with all these chocolate monster and mini. Hiya, Bristy, how are you?
Hey.
Mini chocolate monster, and I can't keep up with them. So we're just going to mix this again. So you see how nice and glossy that is? Lovely and glossy, isn't it, Tracy?
Yeah.
It looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to show you, and it looks absolutely lovely. Right. So, here's an extra for crypto, because we've got, it does say 125 grams of dark chocolate chips, and I've used milk chocolate chips.
Yeah. Are you putting them in milk chocolate chips?
Yeah, and your
Yeah,
cherries.
I've used milk chocolate chips as well because I bought dark chocolate and I thought it'll give it a little bit of.
And also, here's where your cherries come in. This is, it does say 200 grams of tinned cherries. But I've covered these up a bit so to keep them extra moist. Hey, funny you should say that, Gary. Forgot what make this is now. This is the salter one, you know, the ones that make the scales. Great little mix of that is. So yeah, so as well as putting the chocolate chips in, you got? I can hear myself talking, Tracy.
I ain't got no on, love.
Anyway, this is 200 grams. It does say tin cherries, but I couldn't get any.
Getting a bad echo.
Hey?
Getting a bad echo.
That's what I said. It sounded. Anyway, these is going in.
I turned up YouTube off anyway. One. I've just got this one on.
It was just that I could hear myself echoing. I could still hear it. Let me just wipe me. What sticky fingers. So, have you heard of Kirsch, Raphael, where you are? I'd never heard of it before till I saw it in this recipe, and it's like a cherry brandy liqueur. It is alcoholic, obviously.
These smell as if they've got something in it. Ingredients.
You see, Tracy managed to get proper tin cherries, whereas I couldn't. But as I said to Tracy, a cherry's a cherry to me.
It's that filling probably in it, what the juice.
Like pie filling.
Yeah.
It does make quite a lot of mixture though, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's why I'm thinking of doing mine in 2 hours, because if it don't cook all the way through and then I've got to leave it on and then it burns on top. I don't know. I think I've got enough here anyway to make 2.
So anyway, this is a proper brownie pan, and all we've got to do now sorry if you can only see the bottom of my bowl. Try, because it's that heavy. I mean, from what I've seen of the mixture so far, it looks very nice.
Still got some in here, so.
Yeah. Well, this called for Kirsch, Raphael, and I'd never heard it before. But I did a bit of research, and it's like a cherry brandy type of thing. Hi, Jay.
Yay!
Hi, Jay.
So yeah, but I didn't want to use anything alcoholic. But it does say you can substitute it for any fruit juice except for lemons, like apple juice and orange juice. But I've used a bit of syrup out of the cherries, so it should be all right.
Yeah, I've used juice out of my tin of cherries.
So this one's going in the oven now, 180 degrees centigrade or 160 degrees centigrade fan, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, gas mark 4. So yeah, Mr. P is just going to put that in the oven for me. I've got my phone ready already.
Right, I'm balls tonight, huh?
Yeah, I did it earlier on. So yeah, I put it on, eh? Yeah. So yeah, so that's in now for 30 minutes. So we'll just have a bit of a chit chat. Wipe my workstation, as they say.
Workstation. Thought it was a plastic table.
Oh dear. Hi, Dr. Smith. How are you?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who?
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's basically it. You've got your brownie mix. So next bit is yeah, I'm gonna melt some milk chocolate chips to drizzle on the top when it's cooled down a bit, and then we're just gonna put some half cherries on top. So it's confusing me because you've got chocolate monster, you've got mini mint chocolate. Oh, I don't know. As long as you behave yourselves. Okay, you know it don't take long to confuse me.
You could go to shop.
But you see, as I said in the description, I printed that out quite a while ago. Do you mind? I printed this recipe out ages ago. And since then, I went back to sort of do the recipe, and it's changed ever so slightly. Everything what we've just done is exactly the same, but it's when it comes to decoration, they put cherry jam. So it's, you know, it's only a slight variation, but I have put in the description, I had to do the recipe that we're in on, you know. Anyway, so me and Tracy had still said that we're going to go ahead with the original recipe. So I had to photograph it and send it to Tracy. You loony pixie now. Oh dear. But yeah, so me and Tracy both decided and come to an agreement that we were going to go with the original recipe. So all it is once it's cooled down significantly, you melt some milk chocolate, drizzle it over the top, and then add your glass of cherries. So yeah, that's basically, you know, the decoration. But I didn't fancy cherry jam as well, if you know what I mean. It's like a, how can I put it? Cherry
I know,
overload,
I
isn't it?
don't get no cherry jam, Jeanette. But nearest
Well,
to cherry jam.
that's the recipe that they've got
Yeah.
on the recipe now.
It would have
The
a
one that,
strawberry jam, raspberry jam. But I went for this kind of jam,
but you see,
black jam.
yeah, well, I think,
It's got no
Tracy,
seeds in.
I think it says you're supposed to swirl it through your brownie mix, I think.
Yeah.
But all I'm going to do, Tracy, is I'm going to melt 75 grams of chocolate, drizzle it over the top like the original recipe.
Yeah.
That's the only difference in the recipe that's on there now. That
Well, I've got some Easter eggs of Keena's, so I'm sure she won't mind me nicking one. Because I didn't think we needed any more chocolate. I thought that were all it was.
But you see, I thought, well, I don't fancy, you know, you've got cherries on top, you've got cherries in your brownie mix. It will like, it's all cherries in it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. So are you going with milk chocolate for the top, did you say?
So basically, all I'm going to do, Tracy, is when it comes out of the oven, I've got 75 grams of chocolate chips, melt that, drizzle it on top, and then place some cherries on top. So, yeah, I thought it best to, you know, go with this recipe rather than go with the update. It's only slightly updated. Everything else on the recipe is the same.
Yeah, yeah.
I've put this recipe slightly different from the one I am using. They have updated it since I printed it off. And the only, you see, they you know, they don't even mention the drizzled chocolate. It's just cherry jam. And you're supposed to swirl it through the brownie mix before it bakes. But you know, I wanted to go with this one. But yeah, everything apart from the cherry jam is it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. Baby. Baby.
Coffee.
But yeah. See, I mean, it's not all that long ago since I printed that off. But sort of somewhere along the way, they've sort of slightly updated it. So yeah, that's really it. You know, there's not a lot of difference in the recipe, just the, you know. So there you go.
Be nice over ice cream.
Yeah,
It's one of these things, Tracy, where it's good with anything really.
Yeah, yeah.
Squirt cream.
You earlier, didn't I? I might get some squirty cream to put on top, and you said, "What about ice cream?" And I thought, "Oh, yeah, what about ice cream? Yeah, for brownies."
You know, it's one of these things. A brownie you can serve with anything: ice cream, squirt cream.
You wanted to make it look like a gatto, didn't you? Is this why we're making this?
Well, yeah, people have been asking me about making a Black Forest gatto, but I thought, you know me, I like to do something different. So I'd not actually seen any recipes for Black Forest brownies. You see, I've got a recipe for Black Forest cookies, but
yeah, we've done them before, haven't we, Jeanette? I'm sure we have.
Not the Black Forest ones, I don't think. Oh, pardon me. I've yet to decide what we're doing next week. I'm not sure. I quite fancy the Malteser cookies actually, but they're not called. The recipe is some Whoppers, because the Whoppers in America is
Whoppers,
Maltese.
big things, aren't they?
Yeah, but the only problem there is it's a very quick recipe, so I'd have to look for something else, sort of simple and easy to do. So yeah, leave it with me, and I'll sort of make it. You see, another thing.
I've already got someone to say, yeah, Malteser cookies.
I've got a recipe for Milky Way cupcakes, and it's basically a vanilla cupcake, some melted chocolate on it, and a piece of Milky Way on top. That's it. So I might sort of do both, you know, the Malteser cookies and the Milky Way cupcakes, because they're both simple recipes. They're both quick.
Yeah, I'm up for that if you decide.
Yeah, I mean it's not very often I do two recipes, but like your cookies is only cooking, I don't know, 11-12 minutes, you see, so it's quite a quick recipe. So I thought, yeah, I could always do the Milky Way cupcakes as well, because it's just a vanilla cupcake, some melted chocolate on top, either that or ganache, I think it is, and a piece of Milky Way stuck on top. So
I'll speak to Bianca, yeah.
Does that sound all right to you, Tracy?
That sounds fine, love. Yeah.
So so Crypto will be in chocolate heaven next week.
I'll just be to the toilet. That won't be a second.
Yeah, Maltesers and Milky Way cupcakes. So yeah, it'll be one for Chocolate Monster and Crypto and whoever else. Oh dear. But the thing, I mean, Tim put, I scream, you scream, we all scream. It's one of them things, Tim, where a brownie you can basically have with anything, you know, sort of, so you're not sort of eating just the brownie bit, you know, you can have a scoop of ice cream, you can have a bit of squirty cream on top and all sorts. So yeah, it's going to be a sort of a bit of a chocolate theme next week. Well, you see, I forget actual name of it is, but it says something Whopper cookies, but a Whopper in America is like a Malteser. So, you know, swiftly translated, a Whopper is a Malteser. Hiya, Vanessa, how are you? Whipped cream. But, so yeah, we're sort of staying with the chocolate theme next week. So and they're relatively simple anyway. So right, I'm moving me things so they're easy for Chris to get to washing up. So yeah, you know, I mean, I've got tons and tons of recipes. I see a recipe and I print them off, like, you know, always running out of ink for printer. I'd sooner have it, you know, in front of me on paper so I can see exactly what I'm doing. And it's all right with your phone and having your recipes on your phone, but then you've got bugbear, your screen goes off and you've got to, yeah, you know what I mean? Whereas if you've got if you've got a paper version, you've got it here in front of you. You can see exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And same with like when you measuring your recipe, you know, your ingredients are, you've got it there in front of you, so you know exactly what's what. And that's why I prefer printing them off. So, but yeah, it did come in handy today because Chris got the email about his Wembley tickets, so I've had to print them off as well. I didn't actually print any recipes off. I just printed him his tickets out and that with that. But yeah, it's a preference of mine, Vanessa. I don't know about anybody else. I like that recipe here in front of me. I know what's what. And same with when I'm weighing my ingredients out. I know exactly what I'm weighing out, blah, blah, blah. And it's
Sorry.
so right, I put your
Huh?
I put your dishes down there. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's entirely up to the individual, really. Now the thing is that this is another thing. When Chris made my birthday cake, he made me a traybake. He's sort of more into, well, you tell me what to do and I'll do it kind of thing. That's just what, plus he's got recipe in front of him as well, but he still weren't sure about it. So I was saying, well, you do this and then you do that, and you know what I mean? It's just that reassurance. Tim's burping. So yeah, I've just told everybody I've printed your
tickets.
Yeah, your tickets out for Wembley.
Wembley.
And for once, I didn't print any recipes out.
I know. First time I've used it in months.
Well, you didn't use it because I printed it out.
Oh, well.
But
first time it's worked for me for months.
Well, about Tuesday's game printed them out.
That was practice wrong.
Yeah. But you see, I've got tons and tons of recipe books, and it's very rare I use them. I like to sort of, how can I say it? I like to find new things, you know, and when I see something that's a bit unusual or a bit out of the ordinary, sometimes I just come across these recipes. And then, like the when I seen it on Instagram, the Fit Waffle recipe, white chocolate cosmic brownies, I thought, oh, they look fantastic. Now I've done cosmic brownie cookies, but I've not done cosmic brownies, and I like the look of the white chocolate ones, but it's like this. I couldn't find a recipe anywhere for it, even though, yeah, but she very rarely puts the recipes out there. You know, only way you can get one of her recipes is you've got to buy a book. I'm not going to pay you all that money just for one recipe. So yeah, it's a case of, you know, I'll look into it a bit further. But yeah, that's sort of a white chocolate Evan crypto. And a few of them choco beans that I've, you know, them choco beans that I've got. But it's like a layer of cake, a layer of white ganache, which is basically heavy cream or double cream mixed with chocolate. Put that on top and then you sprinkle your beans on. So yeah, but I like the look of it. But it's just exactly sort of same as the brownie, cosmic brownie, but it's a white chocolate version. So, but Chris will like that if I can find a recipe for it, because he likes white chocolate. Oh dear, sorry about that, I'm tired. But Amjad says they were going to look for it for me. If you don't mind, Amjad, it's just the recipe that I need predominantly. I mean, if it's in a recipe book, I'd love for you to send me, you know, pictures and recipe. Because it's not nowhere. I've looked for it and I can't find it anywhere. It's all right. I'm on about them white chocolate cosmic brownies. So Amjad says he's going to find recipe for me.
Oh yeah.
And send me a picture at recipe and everything, but just make sure it's got recipe and everything in it. Just take a picture on your phone, Amjad, and I can do rest. But yeah, that's the only trouble. You can only find it probably in a recipe book, or you can't find that recipe anyway, Tracy.
Oh.
Because it's that fit waffle kitchen. It's fit waffle. And yeah, can't find it anywhere. Normally, if I let's say I see a recipe, I just type in Google whatever it is, and it'll find you no end of recipes. But with that one, I can't find it anywhere. You can find cosmic brownies, but not the white chocolate ones.
Next you fancied to make them, didn't you? White chocolate brownies. But
yeah, I mean, we've made cosmic brownie cookies, but not the actual. They look absolutely gorgeous. It's called white chocolate cosmic brownies, I think it is. It's just basically all white chocolate with some of them choco beans on top. But Amjad says, sure, that's absolutely, or I will send it to you and Tracy if it's in the book. So he's going to send it to you as well.
Thanks, Amjad.
But you know what I mean? You can understand it. You know what I mean? She's got the, obviously, the copyright on it and everything, which you can understand. But a lot these days, you see, that's why I put in the description, I don't own the rights to the recipe or images used and where you can find it. So that covers me.
Is it dark forest brownies, your recipe? He wants to know.
No, it's the white chocolate cosmic brownies. And they're like it's like a white brownie, well, a blondie in essence.
Yeah, blondie.
White blondie. And then it's got a layer of like a white chocolate ganache. And then all you do is just sprinkle some of these, you know, these choco beans that I've got.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find them. And that's some.
Oh, yeah.
And then like, yeah. And that's all it's got on top. Sprinkled on top. Hey, I'll tell you something, Gaffer. Hiya, Gaffer, by the way.
No, Gaffer.
Chris don't want to lick bowl tonight because it's dark chocolate. He's not
you can have that. I'll post it, you mate.
He's not a fan of dark chocolate, so yeah. So it's all yours tonight, Gaffer. But yeah, you've missed the main event. It's already in. It's got another 7 minutes.
No, not these.
You didn't bring me a cooling rack.
Oh dear. She's whispering something to me, and I thought she said, "Can I?" Oh yeah, I'll have one as well. So I've given her a bit of backache. She said, "No, I don't want a roll. I want to chew the sandwich."
One more.
She's whispering. I couldn't hear her at all.
Well, at least she's not like your cat.
Yeah, like loud.
I mean, Foghorn Leghorn comes to mind for your cat. Sorry, cat, if you're watching.
She will be watching. Yeah, she always watches and she lets me know.
You know, I mean it in an endearing. Yeah, and you know, I love you to bits, Kath. But yeah, I mean, when Kath's there, she's like Foghorn Leghorn.
She'll be laughing now at you.
I know. That's why I said it.
To you in a minute.
That's why I said it. Yeah. But she's our Foghorn Leghorn, isn't she, Tracy?
Yeah.
But she's got one of them voices, though, you know. Yeah. You know, some people talk loudly and other people talk softly. Now, Kath's one of these that, talks loudly. Is she any better, Tracy?
Pardon?
She's been poorly, hasn't she?
Yeah. She's been, because what it is with our cat, you know, she coughs a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to the beginning of lockdown, she might have said something to you before, I'm not quite sure. She noticed that she had a tiny pea shape near the belly button with like a little lump.
Yeah.
So at lockdown, that she couldn't go to the doctors, they couldn't examine her, cut a long story short, so they were just doing it over the phone. Well, that little pea's gone from like a little pea to a new potato.
Is it an hernia?
It's an hernia.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like an
and now
hernia.
she's been to hospital, now she can go and they've examined it and blah, blah, blah. She has to have an operation.
Yeah.
So she's a bit, obviously, of her age, she's a little bit worried because she's got this cough.
Oh, yeah.
And if she's coughing under anaesthetic and they can't get, you know, it can be a bit risky, can't it, when she's asleep under anaesthetic and stuff. So, yeah, she's got. I
mean, it's like any operation in without its risks.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what operation you have.
But they said that she definitely needs it removing, coming away. It's not one to where you can get medication for it to shrink. It needs to come out, so. Well,
basically, an hernia is when it pierces the lining of your, your pipes, and all they'll do is cut the pipes and shove it back in.
Yeah, that's what they've told her.
Yeah. Okie dokie then, Amjad. See you in a bit.
But she's had a bit cold as well, and that cough and it leaves you.
Yeah.
She can't eat bits and bats, so.
I mean, she's not exactly. She's not exactly the biggest person in the world, is she? You know what I mean?
She's right there. Yeah. She doesn't eat that much at all. But I went to go see her last Saturday. I slept there because Christine lives in Doncaster now.
Yeah.
You do know. So sometimes instead of her trailing over here, we take it in turns. But I stayed with Kath because then I was over in Doncaster for Sunday. She only lives about 7 or 8 minutes away in the car from Kath's house.
But it's like these things are hard to get over, if you know what I mean. I know when Chris had that cold, he rough everything.
Afterwards, though, doesn't it? They still.
It made him poorly for 3 days, and he did a test, and it weren't that. No. It was just really bad cold. But it knocked him off his feet right good and proper.
I'm going to cut it now.
That's all right. That was
I've only got 2 minutes left.
And I'll have one.
You didn't bring a thing in now, did you? Cooling rack. That's way with fair as he is. Ah! So you didn't bring me a cooling rack in.
But when it's over,
Oh, pardon me. So yeah, it's yeah, it's this weather. It's been absolutely glorious here again today.
Very windy.
Windy, Chris said.
you should have an off.
But yeah, it's been lovely here today. But
Oh, as it is, yeah.
Chris says it's been a tad windy.
I need to move your thing back a bit. Yeah.
What did our temperature go up to? About 13.
13.
13. We had it nice and sunshine. 13. But
It's one of them. It's one of them things where it were nice, but windy.
Yeah, and then it got later on in the afternoon, like 4 or 5 o'clock. It was getting a bit more chillier.
Well, you see, when Chrissy, I'm looking at Brissy.
All right, Jeanette.
When Chris went to football last night, temperature dropped a hell of a lot, and they were freezing by the time they got back.
Well, because we saw a bit of sun, my niece, she's barbecue mad. So she mentioned it. I thought, oh, first she mentioned it. Well, Johnny mentioned it first to her, saying, oh, I might have a fire tonight with me in my bin. So she went, oh, I might come back and throw some meat on. So I throw meat on fire when I've got a barbecue there. So don't say that to Haley because she'll come back and make a barbecue. Well, that's why I didn't come on your show last night, love. I'm still in garden last night.
Yeah, Johnny said. He said he said something like.
That's
it. But yeah, we've had an invitation today. It's Chris's niece's 30th birthday, and they having a barbecue.
We had one yesterday, but we put some more food on, and then John decided to go to bed, so I had to wait for it cooking. Well, not go to bed, but go upstairs and go on your live here.
Oh, thank you very much, Raphael. If still watching. Raphael sent me a recipe. Says I think this is the one you're looking for. It does sound. It's.
You brought a thing in.
Yeah. My timer hasn't stopped yet, so I'm just leaving it in a bit. I'm supposed to put mine in after yours. Oh, it's done now.
No, it wants a bit longer.
It's like 35 minutes, isn't it, Jeanette?
Yeah, it's still a bit gooey. So yeah, if you're still watching, Raphael, thank you very much. Hang on a minute.
Really?
How long do you reckon? 5 minutes?
Microwave.
No, not yet. Hang on a minute. Right. I'll send you the recipe now, Tracy. See what you think. This is the one that Raphael sent me. But yeah, exactly the recipe that I'm looking for, Raphael. That is the exact recipe I was looking for. You see, this is what I love. You've got people. I were having trouble finding that recipe, and this is what I love about doing the baking. You've got people that, it's recipe to exactly what I'm looking for. And I do appreciate it, Raphael. Raphael. So yeah, we've just had to pop it in for another extra 5 minutes because it cake tester. It was still a bit.
My cake tester was all right round the sides of the tin. Come out clean. I thought it was cooked.
But you see, it says insert toothpick, and if it comes out with several moist crumbs on, but not wet. Now that we're wet.
Ah, so shall I take mine back out then in case mine's cooked? Because mine wasn't like soggy wet when I put it in and pulled it out. It was
But
like
you see, this is the thing with brownies. They cook
afterwards, don't they?
Yeah.
Cool down.
Carry on cooking while they're in the tin.
I'll just turn
But that way beyond that, you know, I mean, it were I'd got no end on edge of me on me, you know, on my tester.
That's what mine came out on my tester.
Yours came out a lot cleaner than what mine did.
Well, I've shoved it back in for a few more minutes like you, but I just take temperature down a bit because I don't want it to burn.
But yeah, there were no way that were cooked at all. I mean, it's all right with brownies to have a little bit on your tester because, same as I said, they carry on cooking once you took them out the oven. But on this occasion, I don't think so. It's one of them situations where you have to trust your own instinct, and to me, no. But yeah, you know what I mean. You don't want it sort of, and in them sort of situations, if it's too wet, then you just get a big dip, a big sink in middle. So yeah, you know what I mean. It's you've got to trust your own instincts really with them kind of things. And to me, I'd sooner have it sort of, yeah. But it does say 30 minutes, but there again, as I was saying last week, everybody's oven's different and they cook at different, you know, rates, so to speak. But yeah, there were no way that I were leaving that out. It was too wet. It was still like raw in middle. So it's got about 30 odd seconds left. Popping it in for another 5 minutes is not going to hurt it. So, hi Tony, how are you? So yeah, we
we'll just back this table.
This is the thing, Brissy, as I've always said, my cake tin collection I've built up over years, and Tracy's sort of just, you know, you can't go wrong. That's done. It smells done. See, that's fine. Do you reckon?
Okay. All right.
It's still a bit wet.
What do you think?
Did you have a lot of mixture in your tin?
Yeah.
That's why I decided just to make mine so I could share it out between two small tins. Because last time I did a brownie with you, I didn't say all, but we still could eat it. But in the middle part of the brownie tin, that were too wet, if you know what I mean. It will.
I'd say another couple of minutes at least. I'll put it on for 3 minutes. I don't like it. I'll put it on for 3 minutes. It's when you test it round edges, it's fine. It's just that middle bit. Yeah.
No, where's it gone?
See, it won't be. I'll put it back.
It's in on it.
Don't let
I said not too. I said a sandwich for
this is what the sandwich up.
Yeah.
Take glass.
But you see, the funny things are brownies, Raphael. You know, I've tested it round edges, and it seems all right round edges. It's just that middle bit. But brownies are renowned for, once you take them out of the oven, you carry on cooking. And basically, yeah, I've only put it on for another 3 minutes. So that'll be it after that, because it still does carry on cooking afterwards. But yeah, they're very tricky things when it comes to brownies. You know, you can never
We'll just give Keena 3 back.
sort of quite gauge them. But, you know, in places it were a little bit. So going back to Brissy Boy, the thing is, you can't go wrong with 7-inch round cake pans and a couple of square ones as well. You know what I mean? Or even like a tray. You know what I mean? It all depends on what you're planning on baking with us. You know, if you're on about baking cookies with us, a flat tray preferably. But you're going to want like greaseproof paper and whatnot. But you see, as well as that, with the brownies, it's cooking at a low heat. So it's like, yeah, it's cooking slowly. So, you know, pouring it back in again ain't going to be no detriment to it because it's on a low heat. Pardon me.
Back here as well.
Middle.
Yeah. Watch.
So yeah, very renowned brownies are for, you know, they're all right round edges, but they're not done in middle. But you know, if you like, sort of take them out too soon and not cook, or you take them out and leave them out, they've got a tendency to squeak in middle. Yours looks done, Tracy.
I poked it, and it's yeah.
Yeah, yours looks cooked. Yeah.
Again?
Yeah. Oh dear. Raphael says, as far as I know, Brissy will put bacon in bricks instead of chocolate. Well, you know, this is what I'm saying, Raphael. Anybody can come up and bake with me. And for Brissy to say he's serious about coming up and baking, you know, that's good enough for me. Well, I don't want it thrown in again, or it will be burnt. I think that would be all right.
Oh, turn it off then.
Yeah. So you see it, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's just a case now of letting it cool down significantly to the point where, you know, you can melt some chocolate and drizzle chocolate on it. So yeah, so it's you know, it's going to take. Well, funnily enough, Brissy, they do what they call breakfast muffins. So they actually like obviously a muffin, but you put all bacon and eggs and whatever in it. They call them a breakfast muffin. So yeah, it's one of these things where I mean, he did send me a message, and he said he'd seen a recipe for I got he has seen a recipe for Coca-Cola cake. Yeah. I mean, Wakey's been on about beetroot. There is such a thing as a beetroot cake as well.
Doing this beetroot.
But yeah, you know what I mean? It is a thing. Is having a beetroot cake. But same as Chris says, you know, nah.
That's like having a crab cake.
Oh, it's here.
Oh, okay. Thought you meant she'd had baby then, Bria. I'm thinking, oh God. I thought I got to, you know, get beers out and whatever. But I sort of rather I were reading it. Thought you meant she'd had baby. But this is the thing, Bria, you know, if anybody knows me, family always comes first. Your health always comes first, no matter what. I mean, it's like tonight, Laurie would have been baking with us, but she's had, oh yeah, definitely not. Laurie's had a death in family, so I can fully understand her not wanting to bake, you see. So, you know, and this is what I say, you know, your family comes first.
I'm sorry, love. I'm sat at the desk waiting to talk to you, and the camera's over there on cake.
But yeah, I think that's what we'll do next week. We'll go for the Malteser cookies and the Milky Way cupcakes. I think that's what we're going for next week.
Yeah, I'm up for that next week.
Hey?
Then, yeah, I'm up for that for cookies.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Funny you should say that, Brissy. But I've got some bananas I want to use up, and I've been I made one quite a while ago, and it was a chocolate chip banana cake. And I thought, nah, I don't fancy like a chocolate one. So I've actually downloaded a banana cake, chocolate chip banana cake, but it's just like a plain, you know, it's not dark chocolate. So
have you not your milk chocolate yet for you?
No.
I just wondered that were else, so I could just put mine in.
Oh dear, why? What's he done, Gordo? Ronnie's in Mrs. G's bad books. Spaghetti-o. Say, baby. Ronnie's in Mrs. G's bad books.
Oh, what's he done?
I know, that's what I says. I says, what's he done now? Why do you fancy having a go at that then, Brissy? You need a loaf tin. That's
Oh,
basically all you need.
has he ate all the Mrs. G's cooking?
I don't know. we bought Biscuit some new treats. And I told Chris I'd bought him some new treats. So he says, oh, I put it, because he's got like a little Tupperware thing with a lid on. To keep his treats like fresh, you know. So he said to me this morning, he says, I gave Biscuit some of them new treats. He says, they were a bit unsure because they were... It's a bucket for cheese, so we'd nab cheese off it. Can't. Oh dear, he's got a penchant for cheese, has he?
Did he ask for mayonnaise on top?
No, I like cheese.
Did he want a blob of mayonnaise on side with it as well, Gordo? But you see, with him being a German Shepherd, it can get, it's like Biscuit. If he wanted to nab out off at worktop, he could. Oh. Cake, don't give a toss what's in it. I love a cake. But yeah, hang on a minute. Right. So that sort of thing I'm talking about, look. I forgot how to do that now. Anyway, it's just basically a banana cake with chocolate chips on it, and obviously banana in the thing, and then it's like you drizzle chocolate on it. It's all right. I'm trying to show. See. I might be better.
Yeah, I thought then.
Switch into other camera because it's a lot clearer.
Oh yeah.
That is basically a banana cake.
Mum used to make
Chocolate
banana
chips
bread.
in it, and then drizzled on top. So yeah, that's the one I've downloaded because, same as I say, I've got these bananas that I need to use up. But it's quite a
Does the bananas have to be ripe, Jeanette, or fresh?
no, they have to be ripe.
Right.
When you're making a cake with bananas, or they have to be ripe.
So when are you thinking about doing it? So I know when to buy some bananas. Because I've got no bananas in at all. But
Well,
I'll
you
have
see,
a go.
we could do it in future, but
Yeah.
I were looking because I've got these bananas, and I thought, you know what? I don't like chucking anything away. I was looking for recipes to use these bananas up. I'm laughing at God. He said he made this lovely wrap. He turned his back for 2 seconds to put it back in, put cheese back in the fridge, and he'd nabbed it.
Oh.
I could just imagine, you know what I mean?
No,
Knowing
I
Ronnie.
like cheese in wraps as well, especially with ham and cheese in a wrap.
Oh my God, I need a cold shower. Stop it. You mean pictures of that banana cake? Oh dear, it's up for 2 hours. But this is the thing. He probably knew it were wrong, and he knew he'd get punished for doing it. But he thought, you know, he's only thinking of his belly, and he's thinking, sod it, I'll what's it with the consequences later down the line. Sod it, that's mine, I'm having it.
Yeah. I'm sick of that dog meat and biscuits.
Oh dear. But this is the thing, there's not many dogs that do like cheese. I mean, it's you know, it won't harm him in any way.
My dog used to love anything he'd put in its dish.
But yeah, you know what I mean? It's very rare that you see or you hear that a dog likes cheese.
Mm.
You know, especially, well, I can't say like raw cheese, but like just cheese on its own. But yeah, you see, I could just imagine Ronnie thinking, well, what the heck? I know I'm going to get in trouble anyway, so I'll pinch it and, you know, deal with consequences a bit further down the line. I'm going to enjoy my cheese. Oh, it's something though when you've got exactly, that's exactly biscuit and all, Gordo. He has treats. He has these market like marrowbone biscuits. He's fed twice a day, and he's still there like begging, like he'd never ate nothing.
Mm.
But you know what I mean? Biscuits exactly the same. And I always say that to Chris. I says, well, why he sort of sits there begging food? Anybody think you never fed him? Maybe.
What?
You see, this is the thing. That's why I sort of researched it, Prissy, is because I've got some bananas that need using up. And I thought, Tracy knows, I don't like to waste anything, especially food, not with prices of things nowadays. Will you just come and do me a favour, baby? Mm-hmm. I'm going to try and get this out of this tin so it cools down a bit quicker.
Do you want oven gloves or what?
A banoffee pie.
Do you want oven gloves or a tea towel or what?
No, I want you to sort of...
Oh. No, I don't want to grab it.
You grab sides and I'll...
Grab sides, she said.
Just move that tin out of the way.
Oh.
Right, you lift it up. Oh,
Hang on a second.
I think at these 2 hours, done it?
Yeah.
Just put it to the side. Do it to the side. That's it.
Hey! Just grab that bit.
I love banoffee pie and all. I found a quick recipe for that as well. And all it is you know these hobnobs. It's like hobnobs for your base and upside of your tin, a tin of caramel. I don't know, it's 1 or 2 sliced bananas, and then some whipped cream on top. Voila, you've got banoffee pie. So yeah, so you know, if you're fancying a pudding and you want a quick pudding, that's the one. It's odd knobs, a tin of carnation caramel. You know, it's 1 or 2 sliced bananas, and then you just whip some double cream for on top, and you've got banoffee pie. Yeah, yeah. I might have to do that, Chrissy, because they sort of just don't turn, if you know what I mean. And I'm one of these that I don't like wasting anything. And I'm thinking, what can I make that, you know, that involves bananas?
Oh.
So yeah, I'll have to do that, baby. Chrissy says freeze them bananas. Chrissy says to freeze, you know, them bananas I've got in the fridge. Chrissy says to freeze them.
Oh, cool. Okay.
He's now used to freeze them. We see reason why. I've took it, well, with Chris's help anyway. I've took it out of pan because it's still quite hot, and we'll be sitting here waiting, God knows how long. So, if you're ready, Tracy, we'll go on to the next step. Will you melt me that chocolate, baby?
Yeah, I'm melting my chocolate now. No, just chopping it up.
That chocolate. So yeah, here's my cherries that I'm pouring on top. You see, I mean, we're on like 25 to 11 now. So if we're waiting for this, we'll be waiting all day. Yeah. You see, this is the simplified version, and this is the one that I've printed off. You see, that's the thing, Gordo. Our biscuit's not all that fussed about bananas. So, you know what I mean? He likes sort of yogurt or them sort of, you know what I mean? He loves yogurt. But, yeah, he's not a banana fan. But you see, that's another thing. We've had biscuit 2 years in June.
Oh, it's gone quick, hasn't it?
So I know I said it last year, but I'm definitely going to make him some sort of, you know, put cakes, put biscuits, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I mean, it does say let it cool down completely, Crypto, but we'll be sat here waiting all night for it to cool down completely. So yeah, I mean, it's melted chocolate anyway, so it's not going to make a deal of difference. So, hiya Daniel, how are you? This is
I need to get some more chocolate in my tea.
Black Forest brownies. That's what we've baked. Well, this is the brownie bit. We're just melting some chocolate to drizzle on top, and then we're gonna put some cherries on. This is the thing, Gordo. I mean, can you remember us getting biscuit? It's 2 years in June since we've had biscuit. I can't imagine life without him now. You know what I mean? And it's one of these things where, you know, 2 years. Yeah.
I'll be lost without him.
Yeah. And Chris has just said I'd be lost without him. So yeah, so this is just some. This again is some milk chocolate. It's not dark chocolate. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to. When it comes off at spoon, just drizzle some of this chocolate on top. Oh. because I know it says it recipe you cut it up before you decorate it, but I always like to leave it to settle before I cut it up.
Oh, God, me. Coffee.
Yeah. Gordo says he can remember announcement when we were getting him. It don't seem 2 years ago though, does it, Gordo? He don't see. He says he's had Ronnie 4 years. That's soon. I can remember you getting him because you were,
Okay.
you fostered him, didn't you, before you actually adopted him?
Okay. Dog, free dog.
You won't.
I won't now.
But yeah, I can remember Gordo getting Ronnie because he were a bit unsure because he fostered him first before they decided to adopt him.
We are to know.
But yeah, it's like it's like Chris said, you can't imagine life before them, if you know what I mean, because you get that used to them, and them being around, you can't imagine what life were like before you had them. But you see that's the only problem with Thank you, Daniel. First time I've heard them referred to as off the chain. So yeah, this is just like milk chocolate that I'm drizzling on top. You see, because Tracy's doing hers in an allergen oven, she's done 2 smaller ones.
The other one's cooking, so I'll probably decorate that later or tomorrow or something.
Good thinking, blinking. I just drizzled mine on.
Yeah, I just put all mine on, but I'm just working it out with this spoon. Yeah, chopped these.
Really, it don't really matter so much the decoration, does it? If you know what I mean. So now, this is the thing, Joelle, they love unconditionally. And Crypto says she's in chocolate heaven. But now, here's the bit. I'm putting some cherries on top now.
We're still doing it. Yeah. Did you cut your cherries in half, Jeanette?
Yeah, these on top I have.
It'll be too much to have all cherries.
Well, no, I mean, it all depends.
But I'll just cut a few up and see what.
You know, well, this is the thing. It's entirely up to you, Crypto. Joelle's put yum cherries on. Oh, I've just put my finger in. And any excuse to lick my fingers, I've just dipped my fingers in chocolate. So yeah, according to the recipe, you're supposed to weigh it till you've cut them before you decorate them. But I always like people to see the finished article. Oh, that one slipped out my hand, the slippery little buggers. Oh yeah, you can't believe how much has changed though, Gordo, in just a few short years, and it just goes to show you how much you bring them out out the shell. I mean, it was like, look at Biscuit. He's learnt such a lot. Yeah, we still have problems with him with, you know, his anxiety, but I don't think he was socialised all that much when he were a pup. It's like he don't know the basic commands. But that was your buddy.
It's me kitchen door. It needs.
Oh, I thought it was buddy.
Open it.
Oh dear. The only problem is they're very, very sticky. Brissy says now it's almost time to just stuff your face. But you see, we have to resist the urge, Brissy, because I like to leave it in fridge and let it sort of set and everything.
I never used to like chilies.
You know. Very, very nice, Tracy. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Hi, partners. How are you?
Hello, Pocky.
So yeah,
Hey,
I'll just bring mine a bit closer to camera. Crypto's cherries are a bit darker than mine, but I'm sure either way, both will taste absolutely gorgeous. See, that's what I hate about these glassy cherries. When you're handling them, they're so sticky and horrible.
Yeah. What's that? I didn't use that jam. Must have forgot to put it in some point.
So that's it, guys. What I'll do is, if anybody wants to come up on the panel, I'll put the link in. We can have a bit of a chin wag. You know what they say, Gaffer? Good things come to them that wait.
Oh.
Chris has put looking good, ladies, Tracy, when you're making yours. And Crypto said, look, both well yummy. Chocolate Monster wants to eat them.
I've got one more cookie and I've just cooked this one.
Hi, Ruby, Rebecca. No, I've never heard of that. Gordo. Pavlov's theory. What's that one is at home? You see, it sort of just a bit of an update. Our Grimshaw is she's been in like from day one, and we always know her as Ruby Slippers. So yeah. Hi Tim.
Hi Jeanette.
Guess what we're
Hi,
making
Tracy.
next week?
What?
Making the Malteser cookies and the Milky Way cupcake.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
So, well, we wanted something sort of quick and easy.
Yeah.
Ivan Pavlov. What on earth are we talking about? I don't know. Yes, partners with dogs salivating, waiting for treats. Oh. See, that's one thing we've never seen our biscuit do. He's never drooled or anything when he's been waiting for treats. It just sits there looking all googly-eyed at you.
Hi, Joel.
Hope you can smell that little bit of it.
When we're getting burnt monster cakes soon.
But yeah. You see, Briss is all for it. He's asking me what tins he needs, and so he's up for it. Put your head up, Tim. Have you had a shave?
I was in the shower earlier.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tracy.
Hiya.
Brazil.
He's been preening his soul. Ready for ladies.
Come here.
Oh,
Pardon me.
Crypto is Pavlov's guinea pig. I can just see her salivating looking at the screen.
Gaffer.
Oh, thank you very much, Ruby. It was getting on my nerves, so I just decided to have it all cut off. So, yeah. Partner says, make a certain sound before giving them a treat. And after a while, they'll associate that certain sound with said treat. Well, does this count? Because I come down to let Biscuit out this morning. I says, hurry up and have a piss, Biscuit. So, you know what I mean? If I say that to him every time. But yeah. What, Musaka?
Yeah, they come off my bed tonight.
Oh God, that was funny. That was so funny. I don't think we could ever recreate that. They were talking about Luton and Middlesbrough and whatever. Chris were on his live stream other night, and Gordo says, "Oh, Masaka's coming on nice." So Chris says, "Does he play for Luton?" Gordo said he transferred. Honestly, Gordo, weren't it funny? You got to be there to appreciate it. Just thought he were talking about a footballer, and he weren't. He were on about his group soccer. I couldn't stop laughing. You know, if you watch that live stream, all you could hear me were pissing me in it background. Oh dear, it was like 30-minute live stream. Were it Monday? Something like that. Anyway, because he's got this app, so he can use his mobile as a webcam. And yeah, it was testing it out, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of them things where you've got to be there in the moment. Me and Gordo were pissing us off. Absolutely, it's stitches. I couldn't stop laughing. I could tell him. Musaka the staff track. It went it Gordo. It was absolutely hilarious. You know, it shows his brain's sort of switched on to football because he thinks everything revolves around football because he thought Musaka were a player.
Oh. After all the moles, just that one.
He's Greek. Baby, Gordo says he's Greek. It really hilarious.
few more minutes, that one.
Come on, there's only Chris could come out with such a sentence or you know, something like that. Ravioli, the first ever 200 million striker.
I ain't seen one in life.
But yeah.
When I bought that brand new. About 30
So
in it.
what we've made tonight, Tim, is that something you could eat or would eat?
Black Forest brownies. I would eat them, but without the cherries.
Black Forest without cherries.
No, no.
But yeah. You see, we're not over keen on cherries, especially them that are put on top. So you know, Chris will be picking. If he gets the square with one of them cherries on top, he'll be picking it off.
Yeah.
But
That fairly sounds here too.
he plays up front with fellow Greek Donny Kebab.
But do you know what, Tim? You can always dip your cherries in the chocolate.
Nah.
And you won't taste the cherry as much.
True, I suppose, Tracy.
Gaffer says he tried to say everything doesn't revolve around football, Jeanette. Wash your mouth out. They're going to Wembley at weekend, Gaffer. I've had to print them tickets off today. They went last night. So, yeah. I mean, his does, but mine don't. Yeah. Yeah, my world don't revolve around football.
So you're not going then, Jeanette?
No.
Jeanette
Peace and
will be
quiet
there
all
anyway.
day. I could stay in bed all day if I wanted.
You could, love, yeah.
Yeah.
How long's Ailey got now then?
July 6th.
Oh, it's quite. Oh, I thought she were further gone than that.
So what are you, nearly 7 months? Yeah, she's nearly 7 months.
Oh, but I mean, I'm not overly
She's
keen on.
she's in her pajamas and dressing gown, so she's neat sink with smiley face.
Oh dear.
Coffee. Having a fag.
But yeah, I'll put them in fridge as is and not cut them up till tomorrow. Let everything sort of cool down and set and everything.
I don't think mine will knit tomorrow. I've took it in fridge and turned fridge up.
Oh dear.
Even Johnny says to me, if it's ready, love, before you see if I'm asleep and I can have a little piece. I said, well, you got to wait for chocolate to set because apparently we're putting chocolate on top of it all. Otherwise, it'll just all be, when you're cutting it, all chocolate will be, won't it?
Yeah. You have to let it set.
Yeah.
And you see, one of the reasons why I took mine out at pan already is so it cools down a lot quicker.
Yeah. Well, my pan
and the fact that we just put chocolate on top anyway, it don't make no difference if it's still warm because it's, you know, melted chocolate anyway.
I mean, I to random stuff.
You know what they say, don't you? Good things come to them that weigh it.
Hey, there they do.
Okay then, Raphael, and thank you again for the recipe.
Yeah,
I'll send that
Raphael.
to Tracy. I don't know how he's found it, but he's found it. But
Yeah.
In fact, while I think about it, I'll send it Tracy. And then you've got it.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me.
Pardon you, Jeanette.
I thought that
No.
was Tim.
I was
That's
taught
not
by
me
the
that time.
best.
Yep.
But it's exactly the recipe that I was looking for. Sounds like somebody's tired.
This little boy.
But
He's
yeah, get your finger out, Tim, and get baking with us.
Yeah.
That'll impress the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that recipe.
But
It's
it's like this. You never know unless you try. You know, that's sort of
You did have some.
another thing you can impress the ladies with is you know, your baking skills.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Jay.
Welcome back, Jay.
But I mean, it's like I've said, we've all had to start somewhere. You know what I mean? We've all had to start somewhere, and it's basically, you know, I mean, there's certain. It's all right. I'm plugging my charger in. Yeah, it's sort of. I like to use it for the baking live, but it soon zaps power. So I just like to. Yeah, we're on. You know what I mean? It's not a case of who's best baker or blah blah blah. I mean, there's certain things that are sort of can I put it, beyond my skill level. You know what I mean? I'm not very good at decorating. That's something I could improve on. You know what I mean? But you know, unless you try, you don't know.
Yeah, I've been talking away to myself, answering you. You couldn't hear me because I had you on mute when you went, baby just started crying. He just woke up.
Oh yeah.
So I'm talking away, thinking, yeah, Jeanette, and I'm thinking, why aren't you answering me? But I'll put you back on now. I can hear you. You've got to hear me.
But yeah, you know what I mean. The thing that lets me down is the decorating. That, you know, I've got oat piping bags, I've got oat piping knuckles. But that's the thing that lets me down the most is me bake. You know, I can bake anything really, but it's the decorating the pie. You know, I couldn't do none of these fancy birthday cakes. A lot of, you know, people that I've seen in these brew ups, they love making like things out of fondant, and I can't be doing with little fiddly things like that as well. You know what I mean? I like sort of, you know, the sort of thing what we've made tonight. You know, it's not simple, but it's not, you know, it's not hard either. And not much decoration, you know what I mean? I don't think so, Joelle.
No, no more challenges, Joelle.
No. I don't think there's going to be... Oh, dear. I think they both learnt the lesson from last time.
Yeah. Mhm. Welcome back,
yeah,
Annika.
oh, you in bed, are you? Not be going on too much longer because of getting that in fridge and taking table and everything down. But
Yeah.
so yeah, you'll have the delights of having two things next week.
Is that just pink?
The
Yeah.
Maltesers cookies and Milky Way cupcakes.
Next week.
That woman
And basically they just vanilla cupcakes, melted chocolate on top, and a piece of Milky Way. That's it.
I don't leave them out because I've got
He's going in fridge, Callum.
Does it?
Yeah.
Near luck, Callum.
Callum.
Callum thought he was going
Before
to.
you turn it off, Jeanette, just to show everyone, that's the second one. But it'll need cooling down. That I'll decorate it tomorrow. Well, that's cooked as
Well,
well.
that's it. You know what I mean? It's you know, we've seen you decorate your first one, so you see, with Tracy using a
My allergen cooker. I'll just show you what I've been using.
an allergen cooker. No, leave it to your dad.
Can you see it over there? Cooker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I could. My camera won't go any further. But yeah, that's it there. That's up at cooker.
Yeah. And then when she puts things in it, she'll put a
So
lid
when
on.
you're actually telling me, love, what you're baking next week, and if I look at my cooker and think, well, can I make it? Can't I? Because that's all I'm using at the moment. Johnny needs to still get round to doing my oven. But he's had that lot on, moving his mouth.
What are you doing?
And doing stuff in garden. My cooker hasn't been sorted yet.
Well, he's been busy, hasn't he?
He's been off his feet, and then he's done something to his foot now.
Twice.
Clumsy like me.
I says to him, I says,
He's done something to it because Keen has a football practice on Tuesdays. And he was just doing a little bit in garden with it, but because he kicked the ball with his toe of his back foot, but he just dropped it on, he knew he'd done. It's not red. He screamed out. If you know.
I mean, first incident, he probably did just bruise it. But I reckon when he dropped that other thing on it, I reckon it's broken. I told him last night.
Broke or kicked a bone or fractured.
Yeah, I says to him last night, I says, that's not normal. I says, for a bruise, you know, I says it sounds like it's broken.
Your computer smashing up and I'll break all these things.
Boy. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off. Thank you for everybody for joining in, and I'll see you all on the next one. Next one will be Saturday.
Next one's tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Krista's going live tomorrow. Don't forget, Krista's going live. I forgot all about that. I'm not used to him going live on the Thursday. Yeah, Krista's going live tomorrow.
9 o'clock.
So
if you don't see it.
Yeah, Krista's live tomorrow. And my next one will be Saturday while they're, off doing the gallivanting.
I'll probably come on with you Saturday night, Jeanette.
Yeah, I'll see you all on the next one, guys. Thank you for coming on. Thank you.
Right, everyone in chat. To you all. Good night. Thank you for all your support.
Yeah, see you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Fine.